dead ends. One of the reasons I came out here today was because of that rain this morning. I'm running, well, sign says 29, my speedometer says 33, so I'm inclined to think that that sign is correct. That's about what I figured, about 3 to 4 miles an hour off. This is Espanola here. Another old town, been around for quite a while. I don't know what the history of it is. This is Old Dixie Highway. Otherwise known as the Old Brick Road. When it was originally made, it was all brick, and if I recall, it was from down south somewhere. All the way up into Maine or somewhere up there, somewhere up in the northeast. See those turkeys? Right there. Hallelujah. I came out here on my KPX. The first time I aborted the mission, I was just not comfortable with it. And the second time I rode the full length. You can see the bricks. As I was suspecting, this is pretty hard packed. Which is good. The ride's a little rougher, but it's a lot easier. Learn to steer in the sand. with my feet more than the bars. You just kind of try to leave the bars neutral. They're going to squirm. It's going to go this way and that. But you can steer right or left by just weighting the pegs. I'm not even standing up off the seat. I'm still sitting, but you can still apply pressure and it'll respond. Especially this bike. My KPX was a little slower to respond to pressure on the pegs. It would, but it was slower. But this bike is a pretty quick steering bike. It's very sensitive to steering input, and so it doesn't take much. Then you sit a little bit farther back on the seat, kind of let the front wheel float. Low and slow, low and slow. That's what I do. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful country. I am so grateful to be living in a place like this. Just a few minutes out away from my home, and I can be out in this kind of country. This is all pine plantation. They either farm the pine for pulp for the paper mills, or anymore sometimes they chip them up for to power the power plants. Back in the old days, they used to farm them for turpentine. I remember driving through up in North Florida here with all these pines. You see them all growing in rows, and they have a slash on the side of them at a diagonal, and then a can hanging at the bottom end, and it just drips the sap into that can, and then they process it for turpentine. I don't think they do that so much anymore. There's not such a demand for turpentine, but at one time it was one of the major fuels for lights and whatever, just like kerosene. Can you imagine the number of bricks it took to run this road all the way up to northeast United States? Man, I'm getting some rain. If it starts raining too bad, I'm going to have to stop, shut my GoPro off, because it will flood out. If I didn't have it in the media mod, it would be all right. They're waterproof, but to put it in the media mod, I had to pull off the battery cover, and the media mod is not waterproof. But to use the remote mic I have to have a media mod. It's one of the weaknesses of these GoPros. Boy, this is some low country in here. I'm running along, I'm reading 30 miles an hour, so I'm probably doing about 27, 26, something like that. And this is comfortable. Suspension is soaking up all the bumps, and there's a lot of bumps. And one thing about riding on a road like this that's it's brick, but it's sand over brick, and so you can get ruts that are hidden beneath the sand, and sometimes you get into one of those and it's kind of hard to get out. You don't want to, I don't want to be going fast when I do it. I don't have enough experience in sand. Well, this is a beautiful day, I'm telling you that. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. This road runs about 9 miles. Not too long. And as far as I know, this is the only section left in Florida that's still brick. I don't know if I dare take this. But what the heck? You'll never know if you don't try, right? That got me wet. Usually these gates are, the gates to these roads are closed. Wow, that was fun. It looks like this is the end of the line. Gotta watch it. There's beer bottles broken out here. I sure don't want to get a flat. Well, you know what? Better to take the the hole that I know. Some of those puddles, you don't know how deep they are. Trucks get out here and they get bogged down and they can dig a hole. Well, that was fun. I have never ridden through mud before. So that was a first for me. When I came out here with my KPX, I put a Shinko 216 on it because I heard that was a really good sand tire, and it was, and it is. I got it sitting in the garage now. Well, that was pretty. Let's go back and get a better look at that. Here's another little beautiful spot hidden here in Florida. There's the other side. I don't know if that's a canal or a stream, but it sure is pretty. The amazing part about this road is these pine woods being farmed. They get trucks out in here to harvest them, haul them out. So this road gets a fair amount of truck traffic, and it's still held up. So evidently it's got a real good base. Especially in this this low land. You can see how much water there is here. The water table is just right at the ground level. amazing. I really like my KPX. The last time I took it out, I had a real good ride on the road. But I think I'm going to like this bike a lot more in the dirt. It's just so flickable, I guess. Twitchable, I don't know. It's twitchy, but the good side to being twitchy is it's easy to steer. Like I said, just a little bit of input on the pegs, and I can move it from one side of the road to the other. Because the last thing you want to do when you're in a rut, whoa, is steer out of it. Because your front end will wash out. I think we're getting pretty close to the end of the road here. Then it's just an easy cruise home. Last time I was out, I was talking about getting the Shinko 244s. There's about a 50-50 tire, maybe 60-40. But I ordered a pair. I got them sitting in the garage right now. But I went out and I looked at these tires, and you're like, you know, I haven't even gotten them in the dirt yet. I don't want to. I'll never know unless I try. So I'm really glad I came out here today. Granted, this is pretty gravy for sand riding. But still, I get a good feel for how it handles in the ruts and rocks and stuff. So, one of these days I want to get it over to Ocala National Forest. I think it's light enough I can put it on the back of my Kia Soul. I got a carrier back there I actually got for my mountain bike. My e-bike weighs 98 pounds. That's huge for a bike. Not so much for an e-bike. There's a lot of e-bikes that weigh that much because the batteries are heavy, motors are heavy. But anyway, I got the carrier for that. But I think this bike is light enough to where I could put it on there all right. I think the hitch weight is good for around 500 pounds, 400 to 500. Ocala's about probably Ocala National Forest about an hour and a half away, 2 hours, something like that. More than I want to ride this there. It'd be screaming on the road. And I'd be tired by the time I got there. Ocala's got a lot of sand. A lot of sand trails. And we'll see how it does on that. What these survey markers are for. Still cruising about 31 now. I'm an optimist, so I'll stick with what the speedometer is telling me, even though I know it's not right. I'm glad that rain shower didn't develop into more. It was just barely sprinkling on me, just enough to feel it. Garbage dumpers, man, I hate that. You got a beautiful place and someone comes out here and dumps their garbage to save a few bucks. There's a stop sign right there. East 204. Feels good to let it go.